Morning, mate. A little bit of a different attire today. How do I look? Look okay? Yeah. Scrub up all right, actually, don't I? Sunday, Remembrance Sunday. I'm in London for the first time. I'm just outside Charing Cross. I'm just going to drop my bag off. I'm going to head over to Horse Guards. I'm going to go and have a quick Guinness in a boozer with some blokes I served with and some mates. I'm going to meet some family, and I'm going to go and experience Remembrance Sunday in London for the first time. Something that I've never done, and something that I feel like I probably should have done at some point. I did get asked if I wanted to do the march past of the cenotaph, and I said no, not at the moment. I think I'll probably do it one day, but I didn't feel like doing that just yet. I just wanted to go and take it in and observe and watch everything. So, what are we doing today? Drinking and remembering, lads. Drinking and remembering. And I think the boozer might have just opened, actually. This is where we're planning on going a little bit later on, Sherlock Holmes. Don't think it's open, actually, no, not yet. So, to try and figure out where I'm going, I'm not great with directions in London, but yeah, identity. Something absolutely critical for all of us, but it's very much in your mind's eye on days like today. You put the uniform back on, you put the colours back on, put your medals back on. Obviously I'm outwardly projecting an identity, kind of getting nods and eye contact from people I don't know. Doesn't happen. I guess actually it does happen. Different reason it happens in my life nowadays. But this is an outward look of what an identity is. But I think identity, well, I'll be honest with you, it's something that I completely struggled with once I left the service. And I know I'm not my own. I know a lot of people struggle with that, with service. But I think that whether you served or not, footballers struggle with it post their playing careers. I think civilians can suffer with it. And I think because 2025 is a very social media sort of heavy kind of world that we live in, we get it rammed down our throats about all different sorts of identities, some good, some bad, some confusing. And I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be a teenager growing up at this time of year, trying to find out who you are. And I think the thing with identity is it's not something that you put on a uniform once and that's you. It takes a long time to be comfortable and accepting of who you are, and it takes a long time to actually find who you are. I don't think it's something that happens immediately. I guess I can't go through here while I'm filming, so I'll hang around here a little minute. It's something that takes a good long time to really begin to figure out. And you have to make mistakes, and you have to work at it. And a bit like fitness and discipline, it's something that you have to practice. You don't just decide who you are one day and then you are that person. I think it takes work. You know, and that might be anything. That might be you might identify as a caregiver. You might identify as an artist. You're gonna have what's the phrasing for it? Imposter syndrome. The first few times that you do it, you might even have imposter syndrome after 25 years of doing it. You know, I still get it with lots of aspects of my life, and I think a lot of people do. And I think you probably get that if you're able to be self-critical, because I think the people who just go, I've nailed this, probably haven't fucking nailed it in the slightest, have they? Yeah, there's body scanners and electric, what they're called, metal detectors going on down there. I can't go through there just yet. So I think it takes a lot of work. But yeah, shit like this today, like I mentioned last week, this is something that I absolutely adore that we do as a country still. And I love the fact that this is something that is bigger than all of us. Do you know what I mean? And it feels good to be part of something that's bigger than all of us. And that's what makes it good. So today I'm going to walk around. Once I finish this, I'm going to go through the little scanners there. I'm going to go meet up with the British Legion people that I spoke to the other week. Going to have a walk about, take it in a little bit, and then I'm going to head over to Tower of London. Got a couple of mates that work at the Tower of London as yeoman warders. I'm going to go and try and catch them guys. And just taking the sights and scenes of London. There's a lot to like about London when it comes to the history of the place. And I think on days like today, is why I wanted to come. Days like today, they do it bloody good. So I'm very much looking forward to getting amongst it. Very much looking forward to sinking a few pints. Very much looking forward to catching up with a couple of my old comrades. I'm very much looking forward to remembering those that we didn't come home with. Janine messaged me last night. She didn't know about the story of the unknown soldier. So there is the tomb of the unknown soldier. I believe it's at Westminster. I think it's he was one of the hundreds of thousands of soldiers that they couldn't identify after the First World War, and I think it was a couple of years after the First World War they were still finding remains all over the place of soldiers that they couldn't identify because it was an absolute fucking meat grinder, wasn't it, World War One. So they found a body. I can't remember exactly how they decided upon which individual it was going to be, but they found a body, some remains, and they gave it full ceremonial honours when they buried it, like literally treated it like it was royalty. Buried it, I'm pretty sure it's at Westminster Abbey. And it's representative of all of those that never got their graves identified, of all those that they couldn't identify the remains of. And it's kind of linked with why we wear the poppy. You know, yes, Kipling's poem had a lot to do with it. Fun fact, the poppy factory was founded by a fellow called George Howson. No relation, just a mad coincidence. But yeah, the poppy factory was started, and the original idea of the poppy is still kind of what it's used for with the British Legion today. It was to raise money for wounded veterans that didn't have anything going on. That's still where it sort of represents today. So I know I have a lot of people from all over the world that watch my channel. To some of them, especially in Ireland, the poppy represents something different to what it represents over here. I can't tell you what it represents to you. I can only tell you what it represents to me. I don't think we see it in the same light. I know we don't see it in the same light, and that's fine. But I don't think it is. I certainly don't think it represents the government. I certainly don't think every single soldier, or even any soldier, completely agrees with everything that our government does. I think it's just about respect and remembrance on days like today. But I think identity is mad important. And on days like today, you get to see a lot of outward representation of it by the things that people are wearing, the medals on people's chests, the uniforms, the berets, the blazers, the ties, the symbols. But ultimately, identity is still about what's inside. And if you feel like that person, and I do feel like me, this is me. There's a lot of times when I don't feel like that's me, and it was a long time in the last decade or so where I haven't felt like me. And at the moment I do feel like me. So I guess that's a positive thing, isn't it? Right, anyway, there's a load of Guinness to be sunk. It's not going to get sunk while I'm standing here talking to you lot. 5 things got done earlier. It's being edited at the moment, so stay tuned, check that out. Otherwise, have a great day. I'll see you again in the morning with a hangover. Laters.